Are social media platforms about to change? Tech giants like Meta are facing thousands of lawsuits trying to hold them accountable for allegedly addictive designs and potential child endangerment. In two cases so far, they have been found guilty. But what happens next?
We could see this go all the way to the Supreme Court potentially. And so I think there's a long way to go with this litigation, but it's certainly a step that increases the pressure on Meta to, maybe even change its business model and the way it operates.
In California, Meta and Google were found liable for a young woman's depression and suicidal thoughts after she said she became addicted to Instagram and YouTube at a young age. They were ordered to pay a combined $6 million in damages. The verdict came a day after a New Mexico jury ordered Meta to pay $375 million after finding the company knowingly harmed children's mental health and enabled child sexual exploitation.
What these two cases focused on is how the company manipulated the algorithm and developed products like Infinite Scroll in order to give kids an addictive product that would keep them on the site and keep them coming back. And what ended up happening is those kids would use those addictive products and then ultimately have suicidal thoughts or potentially body dysmorphia, or they'd be getting unsolicited messages from child predators.
The verdicts handed down so far don't mandate specific changes to the design of social media platforms or their underlying algorithms. But the case in New Mexico is set to continue before a judge, and state officials there plan to request court-ordered changes to the algorithms, stronger age verification, and better removal of predators.
Well, this case will incentivize the company to think hard about how much they're doing to protect users from their addictive platform and from users on that platform who are seeking to exploit children by introducing liability that could exist in up to 50 states. I think the other thing you'll see is it'll incentivize legislators in state houses across the country.
Meta and Google have repeatedly denied accusations against them, arguing they have taken actions to protect young people, such as limiting access to explicit content for teenagers, blocking unsolicited messages from adults to children, and providing tools to help young users manage time on its platforms. Following the verdicts, both companies said they plan to appeal.
We've seen a $5 billion fine against Meta described by Meta employees as a parking ticket in the past. But if you're seeing lots and lots of lawsuits brought by individuals or classes succeeding in states, that is a ton of money on litigation. That is a ton of time that it takes them to deal with that. And that may incentivize both increased fees in rulings and also a change in their behavior.